Welcome to the Federal. We are here days after protests and riots broke out in Kallakurichi in Tamil Nadu. Kallakurichi was the center of attention for a few days. This is a point where news generally moves away from that particular incident and that particular episode. But the Federal decided to revisit to understand if there are issues still to be discussed and if there are lessons to be learned. We have with us senior journalist from the Nakiran magazine, Prakash. Prakash, thanks for joining us. We have heard about what's happening. There is CBCID investigation on one side, judicial action is happening on the other side. A lot of things are happening as far as this case is concerned. Before we get into the details as to where this stands right now and what is the ground reality in Kallakurichi and the surrounding areas, could you just give us a quick wrap up as to what really happened, what led to the riots and protests in Kallakurichi, and where we are right now? A quick summarized version of.
One victim, one girl child who is studying in the 12th standard has committed suicide. But that death is questioned by her mother and other relatives and all the public all over the Tamil Nadu. The way the case was handled by the police and the administration, and what is the remedy that is being questioned.
When you say that, sorry to intervene, but when you say that all over Tamil Nadu there were protests broken, this is one incident, a case of a minor girl taking her own life. And when you say that questions were raised by entire Tamil Nadu, the question arises as to how did this become such an incident that the entire state was concerned about it?
Justice for the victim has been spread in the social media.
The hashtag.
Hashtag has been spread in the social media, and there were a lot of discussions and counter discussions has happened throughout the media, mainstream media as well as social media.
Did this happen instantly after the incident, or did it take some time? Was there things that happened?
It has happened instantly. You know, the mother came to the social media and she cried for justice.
What was the need for that?
Because nothing has been explained to her, either by the police or by the college authorities or school authorities. Nobody has explained how she has died.
The incident happened on July 13th.
13th.
And the protests happened, I think, 3 or 4 days after that.
4 days. There was a sum up. There was a sum up of informations, and there is no clarity has been given to the mother. Okay, so and her cry has been there in the social media.
As per the FIR, it is that the case is that the minor girl has taken her own life. The parents are informed after that. What happens immediately?
Parents were informed not by the police. The parents were informed by the school authorities. Like that, your child has committed some suicide, like that the information was. But parents never believed it. Okay. And when they went to the scene, there was no blood on the floor of where she fell down. There are some suspicious things have developed there, and there were some suspicions from the parent side has been raised, and the injury and the cause of death, everything was suspicious.
So these suspicions that you're saying was raised by the parents, and this has been reported already?
Reported on.
It's been widely reported?
Widely reported on the media. So that cry is heard by thousands and millions of Tamil people and Tamil Nadu people, those who are related to Tamil Nadu people, all over the world. The social media went all over the world. Everywhere her cry was reciprocated, and they started protest that was in numbers, 10 numbers, 100 numbers, 300 numbers. But on the day when the riots were happened, it was around 7,000 to 8,000 members.
Okay. So so it took 4 days for this sort of mobilization to happen, as you're saying. It started off as a social media phenomenon because the mother who had raised suspicions did not get answers from the police officials. Is that right? So they were not responsive.
She has complained to the Chinnasalem police station. They said we will register an FIR and we will book the culprits after the postmortem. The postmortem has been done, but that is not satisfied. That is not satisfied to the mother, to her mother, and everything, nothing has been explained to her, either by the district officials, revenue officials, there are educational institution officials, and the management is there. See, when she fell down, she might have fell down during the wee hours of the night. Nobody has seen that. There is no CCTV footage of her fall. Even now, there is no CCTV footage. Clear CCTV footage is not there.
But weren't there reports that they had released some CCTV footage of?
There is a CCTV footage. Something is falling from the top, and the trees are shaken.
Okay, so there's no clear.
There is no clear footage.
CCTV footage is not.
There is no CCTV footage.
So the mother has been demanding that.
Yeah, but it is not shown to her mother. CCTV footage. There is a CCTV footage, not in the hostel. There is no CCTV in the hostel. There is a CCTV in the compound, where you can see a shaking of trees and a falling sound. That's all. And there is a suicide note recovered by the police. That is not shown to her mother. Okay. Suicide note is not there, CCTV footage is not there, and there is no blood stain, and there was no head injury. She went barged into the hospital. There is no.
The mother went and
barged into the hospital. There is no.
But why did she have to barge? It is her daughter's body. She could have.
No, they never allowed her properly. She has to barge and go.
And this has also been reported.
This is also been reported.
Okay.
And she fought. As a mother, she is a very well educated, and she is a postgraduate, MCom. She fights. She fights for justice. She wants to know what is really happened to my child. You know, if this type of incidents happen, the police must act judiciously. They have to inform the parents, okay, and they have to inform the authorities on the other side, and there should be a judicious action against the school management, and there should be an FIR. Not even an FIR was registered till the riots has happened.
Okay, so as in these FIRs did not happen, then her outcry came on social media, people heard about it, and then people started arriving at Kallakurichi.
There were Kallakurichi, and there were a number of protests. Protests by even the Student Federation of India is there.
No, but when you're talking about SFI and all that, which means was there a political color to this whole thing?
Yes, there is a political color to the whole thing. The school belonged to a right-wing organization, and the school management gentleman was a office bearer in a right-wing organization, and there were RSS sagas have been conducted in there.
These are all have been reported. There is evidence for all this.
Yeah, there is evidence
that RSS shakas were held in that school. Okay,
5 shakas, 5 meetings has happened in that school. That school is very well.
This information is based on your reporters.
This is information. Journalists, and in the social media also. Okay. This gentleman who is the correspondent, he is an office bearer in the Tamil development wing of the BJP.
Okay.
He is a state secretariat member. Okay. Locally, there has been tension against school for a long time. There are a lot of deaths, deaths of students happened in that school by accident or by some stabbing or something like that.
In the same school, there have been instances of students dying.
Students dying. Happens.
But it never became so big.
So big. See, these private school managements, they have influence in the local police as well as the local district administrations and other things. Police never expected that the strength of the social media will be so enormous. There is a organizing of these things through social media. There were WhatsApp groups, there were Facebook discussions and Twitter, and there has been some hashtags, justice for the victim, and everything was very vibrant, but police never noticed or anticipated these things will happen here. That has happened, you know. On all these areas you can see after DMK comes to power, they have formed some committees in the school to address the issues of the schools. Okay, in all these committees, no student is involved. Student is the end sufferer. He is getting all the wrath of the entire system. Okay, but no student committee is found in the schools, whether it is government school or it's a private school. Around 14,000 private schools are here in Tamil Nadu. In that particular belt, starting from Chinnasalem to Coimbatore, around 8,000 schools are there. It is a nursery of cropping up students to get good marks in the state board exams. They are not concerned with the lives of the student. The lobby is very strong. Fearing the lobby, the police is not taking proper action whenever untoward incident happens in the school. Okay, the police are less bothered about the victims. That sparked the protest, you know.
One is the social media phenomenon which made it go viral, and you were, like you were saying, a desperate plea from a mother. But since there was political undercurrents, like you're saying, the owner of the school was a BJP member, he was well connected, and there was already local tension, there was tension in the area locally. Was there political mobilization that happened? Was it, what I was coming to ask was, is that the reason why there was so much arson that happened? Because if it was a mobilization that happened only through social media, and like you said, people came by their own bikes and they were protesting there.
No, they want to make some damage, you know. They want to teach the management some lesson. That was an intention.
This is the political crowd or the self-mobilized crowd?
Both. You can't distinguish between them. Even BJP was there in the protest. BJP protested against the management of this school. BJP volunteers were there. One Balasundaram, who is the district president of the BJP, is there. He protested. Okay. So you can understand the.
So it clearly went beyond politics. Then.
Beyond politics.
It was the anger
against
this
the
innocent child.
Innocent child. Yeah. There is no answer for the past 4 days. So this is, you can understand the magnitude of the entire problem. Even BJP, Balasundaram, one district president of the BJP, was heading the strike. Student Federation of India was there. Makkal Adhigaram, Pupil Power was there. And Tamizhaga Vazhurimai Katchi, Velmurugan Katchi was there. VCK, Vidudalai Sirthaigal Katchi was there. Patali Makkal Katchi was there. Everybody was there. CPI, CPM, including DMK was there. ADMK is there. Everybody is there. So they joined, they protested against the police, they challenged the police, but police kept its silence. They never used any arms against them. But the crowd was very huge and the police was very less.
So the police was outnumbered.
Outnumbered. Today, in this incident, Home Secretary has moved to that spot, particular spot. DGP has gone there. After their arrival only, the principal and the secretary of the school, teachers of the school has been arrested, and the parents have filed for a CBCID inquiry in the court, a case in the court. But immediately on the spot, DGP says this case goes to CBCID. Okay. All these things happened. If a little had happened before, nothing would have happened as a protest.
So what will be our takeaway from
There
this?
should be a clear law. There should be a clear law. And if some untoward incident happen, there should be a redressal mechanism. If something happens, here one death has happened. Who has taken the body? The school management has taken the body. They never informed the police. Police never visited the scene of crime.
This information you have got through
my sources and my reporter. Okay. This is a scene of crime. There is a death. Okay, there is an accident. You cannot touch that. You cannot touch the scene of crime. What has actually happened? You don't know. You have to inform the parents, you have to inform the police, and you know, in this incident no doctor was involved. You are running such a big institution. So many students are studying in that. So many students are staying in the hostel. If something happened to somebody, whether you got any doctor near your premises or in your touch, there was no doctors.
So these are probably regulations that are there in any boarding school,
Yeah,
that there has to be a medical officer.
There has to be
all these are clearly being
violated, flouted.
Yeah, by all.
So that rises to the suspicion. You know, there are already deaths in the school. The parents are suspecting that. My point is, you should have a redressal mechanism in which student should be represented. Student organization or student representative should be there. In that committee, there should be a redressal mechanism. Now, Tamil Nadu government has announced management committees in the government school, where there is also no student is represented. There should be a law. This incident should have to be an eye opener to the entire gamut of private school management and private school studies.
What is the situation right now? So the deceased child's parents are not willing to accept the body which has been returned to them after 2 postmortem. What is their demand right now?
No, they are not satisfied. They went even up to the Supreme Court for postmortem with the presence of their own doctors. Supreme Court has refused, but this case is still pending before the Supreme Court. They are waiting for that verdict. They are not satisfied. The struggle is going on. The struggle is going on between government and the parents. The government should react peacefully and should sit, you know, for everything. This government, Stalin government, forms a committee. Why they cannot form a committee to address the grievance of a girl child in the school, or child in the school, or a student in the school? There should be a clear law.
Protocols should be followed.
Protocol should be followed. And what is the role of district education officer should be finalized. What is the role of police officer should be finalized.
But all these things are there, right? Like you are rightly saying, that is why there is a district educational officer in every district, right? There is
that is not sufficient. You know, you should inform the student. The participation of student is not there in any law.
Thank you, Prakash. Thanks for those interesting insights into the incidents, and we do hope that this is being listened to by the people who matter and who should take note of it. That's all we have for you on this show. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe to the Federal's YouTube to know what's the latest. Thank you.